came an annoyed bellow from the authoritarian librarian, who must have been hiding out the back now. I realised the silencer had failed and the shot had rung out like a bang or a gunshot. I looked down at the piece in my hand and I noticed that I'd pissed myself. What the fuck was it with all the pissing and the shitting going on? The piss seemed to be a bit bloodshot and I noticed that a cock and a balls lying on the ground by the recapitated old writer. I wondered if that was a misprint and it should say decapitated. Fucking hell, I went. I was truly astonished. He was so hardcore on the porn thing that he kept a spare cock and balls in his cranial cavity. Not even a Bastardizer does that as far as I know. Not even I do that as far as I know. Who does that? Does anybody keep a spare cock and balls in a cranial cavity? I always ask this question when I do a reading. No, okay. Actually, last reading I did, this girl at the back actually admitted that she did. Which is confusing, but there were a lot of young kids there and who knows what they do, I don't know. The old bastard sat up suddenly and he staggered to his feet. He went. Obviously, he was confused. What exactly the fuck is happening? I went. I inquired this because I was obviously hallucinating quite a bit. I couldn't work out how much of it. I figured that some cunt must have spiked me. Fuck me, the time machine worked, explained a new novelist. It turned out that this was the old writer, but from another timeline where he had actually perfected his experiments. Which one? Who knows? Pick a number. The Bastardizer was impressed, to say the least, and a bit disconcerted. You should have seen that coming, mate, added the new novelist. Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation, the MWI, proves that there must be at least one future where his ideas would prove viable. And I would come back and do this. You know that it was inevitable. The Bastardizer levelled his piece with a shaking hand against the ostensible phantom, but then he lowered it again. What? Wasn't his letter in the Eels, that band? They had some nice tunes. Was it Friendly Ghost? That was a good one. It wasn't a hit though. Although Everett's ideas are patent nonsense in this continuum, I am from one where they proved viable. What the fuck are you talking about, you maniac? What ideas? What continuum? Not viable? You should know. You fucking invented the fucking chrono funnel, you fucking bastard. The writer cackled maniacally for a moment. Woohoo! 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 It was nothing like that, and that was longer than a moment. Oh, sorry about that. Yes! Sorry. Yeah. Yes, I forgot you didn't know. Didn't know what? You shot the wrong bloke. That guy was just a bum. He never invented nothing. He pissed his life away. He wrote dirty books and it sent him insane. You're in the wrong fucking continuum. I fucking invented a fucking chrono funnel and you're a fuckwit. That's what I fucking said, you shitheel. I went and I raised my piece again. I steadied my aim momentarily as I delusively believed that I had been trained to do. The new novelist cunt reached behind himself, lightning quick, and pulled out a terrifying black turd as hard as a rock, and he flung it at the Bastardizer unexpectedly again. It was more like a paperweight than a shit this time, and it was terrifying to conceive that a human anus might have been capable of such feces, but I'm not shitting you. The Bastardizer was doing that. That's what I said in the first place. Anyway, the heavy stool smacked the amateur assassin square between the eyes just as he pulled the trigger. The shot ricocheted off the nearby bookshelf with an extremely loud noise. Ironically, it was the 346.730 shells. The deflected shot then proceeded to shatter the spinning ceiling fan, which exploded in several deadly shards, like fucking magic. It was a miracle nobody was killed. Mind you, the Bastardizer cock and balls kept a nasty piece of shrapnel which shredded them nastily. It all happened in slow motion if you're an insect. My cock and balls, I whinged. I was going to use those. Why? Why? You have presumed to meddle with world change. Poor spider, he explicated. Caught in the wheel of futility. You have linked my name with the inevitable. You are an incompetent murderer. He rested one bony hand on his hip. It was entirely untheatrical. And now I vent my terrible fury. Terrible fury, what? As last words went, this was even worse than the deadbeat novelists had been. But despite that, the Bastardizer decided that without his cock and balls, life wasn't worth living, even though he hadn't used them in the entire book. So he died. The new novelist didn't notice, and he didn't give a shit either way anyway. He considered continuing his complete fucking gibberish. Don't believe all that PR bullshit on my TV show. In truth, I am an evil bastard. If it pleased me, I would kill everyone everywhere, he went on, including all the readers of this book, all the potential readers of this book, every fucker who ever fucked with me, ever. Behold, I will make the world into any image of a smoking turd. Not even a smoking turd, just a picture of a smoking turd. Now I choose to grow weary of all you cunts, and thus I exit this tome as suddenly as I came into it, and I continue my mission to impregnate every life form in the universe with my incredible seed. All right, and all the ones on the International Space Station too, and a moon base that won't even be built now. But anyway, I'll also get to kill every mortal on the edge of majority. It'll be like Logan's Run. I'll take my shirt off. It'll be fantastic. Whoa! Probably just as well that the cops showed up at that point. Okay. That's not the end of the book. But that's the end of the reading.
Thanks a lot, Simon.